Ken. Welcome to my channel. Ken said, let's get easy, yes sir.
Maybe you were wrong for the first time, and maybe I was looking for a lifeline, someone to hold on to, something I thought was true. So tell the truth, but I can't let you go. And maybe you found someone, I'm better off alone. Something better came along, but I can't let you go. But I can't let you go. And maybe you found someone, I'm better off alone. Something better came along. Maybe I was wrong for the first time, and maybe this was all just in my mind. We'll rise and fall and start again. God knows when we'll reach the end, and every single thing might fall apart. But I can't let you go. And maybe you found someone, I'm better off alone. Something better came along, but I can't let you go. But I can't let you go.
What's up, guys? EA Sports. It's in the game.
Offbeat. Welcome
What's
to my
up?
channel.
What's up, Offbeat?
Offbeat. Said. Hello.
Hello. How's it going, Offbeat? How's it going?
Offbeat. Said. Finished up my Twitch stream earlier,
Oh, nice.
but doing great.
Well, that's good to hear. Thanks for coming on in. Here to play some soccer. We'll see. But thank you for coming on in, man. I might play some Call of Duty later too. But thank you for coming on in, man. Let's see, I'll do this real quick. Already got 3 objectives already done, huh? Oh shit. Alright, 1 second. See what's in here.
What?
What? What are you doing, man?
Just got done building a 1968 El Camino.
You did?
Yeah,
Was it fun, man?
so good.
Did you race it?
Yeah, slammed it into the wall. Not good.
What's not good?
Slammed it into a wall.
You slammed it into a wall and is it totally totaled now?
Oh no. There's no damage in the game.
There isn't.
No, thank God. If there was damage, I'd have been in some trouble. Cause I didn't know if you had to control the steering or not, or if you just controlled the shifting. And yep. You have to control the steering as well.
You have to control the steering too, as well. Shit. Me, I'm playing.
Yeah, I mean,
I just started playing FIFA, but
it'll mostly go straight, but if you miss a shift or if you late shift, you spin the tires, all sorts of shit. It was well worth the investment.
yeah.
How's FIFA?
Well, it's good. I played Wrexham versus because it has this one. You know, what it has in it. It has Ted Lasso's team in it. It has that team on here. So I played as that team, and then Wrexham. You know, the team that Ron Reynolds and that dude owns, Rob owns. I played them against each other. It's pretty cool.
Oh, man.
It's cool as fuck. And Ted Lasso's even in the game and shit.
Yeah, you gotta capitalize on.
Yeah.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Good, man. We went to Denny's because we were gonna go to Cracker Barrel, but it was fucking super busy. So we're like, yeah, fuck it. There's Denny's right next to it.
Always a good option. Beat a good old Denny's. The Lumberjack Grand Slam, shit hit different. Ooh, God.
How was your Thanksgiving? Did you do anything fun, man?
Went to the beach in the morning. We cooked all the traditional Thanksgiving stuff. It's the first time I've had a traditional Thanksgiving in, wow, probably almost 5-6 years. And it's the first one I've had with my folks in damn near 15 years. So they tried to make it special, I guess. So yeah, it should be illegal to be this full. I'm so fucking full. Oh. Yeah. It's almost to a point where I don't know when I'll be hungry again. I haven't eaten anything since like 2 o'clock, and I'm still fucking full.
Yeah, I didn't eat that much. Thank God.
Good for you.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I only had like an omelet, a big ass omelet, and what you call it? Because I didn't want to eat too much. I didn't want to get too overfilled. But yeah, man, shit, dude. Eating all that sounds like a lot, dude. But
Eat mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, green bean casserole, stuffing. What else? There's something else. Biscuits. Everything. The only thing we didn't have was succotash, and I'm like, man.
you want to
Which
suck
is
it?
just corn and lima beans. That was
I know,
my
it's-
favorite.
Meese knows what it is, man. I'm old, man.
Bro, I love that shit. And then we'll be eating this for the next week. Freaking mom was drunk by freaking 10 o'clock this morning. It's unhealthy.
It is.
I don't judge, though.
Getting drunk that early, man. Shit.
I had a shot of whiskey with them. It was like a celebratory thing, but then after that, I was just like, just didn't feel like drinking anything. I haven't felt like drinking at all. Like, the last time I was really, really drunk was during that Sunfest, and then now I'm just like, I'm over it again. Not worth it. Not worth.
Yeah, well, at least you're not in a hotel room doing nothing. At least now you're actually getting everything together, and hopefully you can still get your stuff together and all that stuff.
It seems to be going pretty well. I've got a decent amount of money in the bank now. I just gotta keep saving so I can get a Jeep like I want. And then once I get that, everything will just kind of fall into place.
Yeah. Once you get a vehicle for your own.
Yep. And fucking, I have to volunteer somewhere for college. One of my assignments in the next couple of weeks, I have to go and this isn't a math class, so I don't understand. It's a statistics class, so I'm gonna go and help cook at the VFW in 2 weeks. I don't know, they have some sort of party. I said I'd help. They're always looking for help in the kitchen. Plus, they're good people, man. You can go into VFWs, can't you?
Yeah. Since I have my, I can go in any one. Since I'm a veteran, but I don't, because I don't really find them fun or anything. They're kind of
It's more older crowd.
for older people.
Yeah, there's some people in there got some stories, man. Just good-hearted people, for the most part. They have a rule at the one down here. You're not allowed to talk about politics at the bar.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
Because, especially down here, where it's pretty much a 50-50 split. It's more leans towards the liberal side.
Yeah.
And you get veterans in there talking about politics, man, it can get bad. Very passionate. They are very passionate. If anybody's tuned into your streams, they know this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing, man. Politics can be crazy right now, especially with freaking asshat people who are at extreme on either side. The extremists are what's fucking us.
Yeah, we need a miracle for him not to run. Might need a miracle. Or we need DeSantis to run against him, because I think DeSantis might be able to pull something out of his hat, but then you run the chance of, if Trump doesn't get the nomination, him running independent anyway, and then it doesn't matter who runs for the Democrat side, it's pretty much guaranteed win at that point. I'd like to think Biden will run again, but who knows? We got a couple years for that. Well, not really. Yeah, no, we do. The college football game will probably come out when we figure out who's running for president.
Yeah.
they pushed that shit back to summer of 2024.
Yeah, because the thing is, I think what the problem is right now with the whole NCAA game, it's like they don't know what schools that will actually are willing to be a part of it and which ones aren't, because that's what their problem was when they were doing it with Madden, is that some schools didn't want to be a part of it because the revenue stream from a video game isn't as big as people want to think. It's not. Like, people want to think, oh, you're going to make $1 gazillion. You're not. You may get, depending on how important the game is and how much it sells, you may get, possibly each school would probably get 100,000, maybe 200 grand. It's kind of like right now with NFL, like a Madden person comes around and gives them checks for everybody that they use. Like, you know how like Chad Ochocinco, he's one of the reps that he'll literally go to teams as training facilities and just hand out checks. The reason why how I got this information, it was Pat McAfee that brought it up, because Pat McAfee got a check from Madden all the time when he was in, because when you're on the game, you get a check for being in the game, and then you get royalties from the game, and they just give them directly to you. And the thing is, the NCAA, the schools didn't know if they wanted to give it to the player or they want to give it to the school. It's a bunch of fucking bumbo jumbo.
At the current moment, there is over 120 of the 136 FBS schools that are committed to the game. The only really big power schools that aren't committed to the game are Notre Dame, from what I understand, because they want to make sure that their players are taken care of, which EA has said if they use player likeness and name, the players will be taken care of, so they'll probably end up being in the game. Florida State, just because Florida State thinks that their branding's worth more than it is at the current moment, which it's not worth a damn because they suck.
Well, yeah.
And then Toledo and Rutgers. Those are the bigger ones that I know EA was having issues with. But the reason they delayed the game was because they don't want to cut and paste a Madden. They want it to be its own entity. Because it's two separate developmental teams, but they're working as some sort of competition for some fucking reason. I don't know why EA is doing that. I read the press release and was just shaking my head like, oh, you want them to have a competition against each other? That's kind of bold. I mean, we're gonna have both games anyway, because as soon as I can pre-order the college game, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I love college games too, man. So hopefully it cross plays like it did the other time where you made a guy and put him over.
That would make Madden so much more fun. Just the tiniest thing like that, because that was dope. Because you would play the college career and then get drafted and go play the Madden game. That was always fun. Try to speak for.
Right now, I'm working on my team. I'm getting my team all built because I bought the Ultimate Edition, obviously. So I already have like a level 85 team.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
We got a scary game tomorrow, bro.
We gotta play England tomorrow.
Wow. That's gonna be rough. If we play like we did against Wales, they're gonna kill us. Training. Please select the training center. Let's go with the girl. Play a match, basic controls, movement, basic, like basic. What's the difference? Oh, basics just classic controls. Okay. Change trainer. Ooh, it's a different season. What is it doing me? Ooh. Amateur Classic DC United. Hey, those are my settings from 22. Amateur is the default. I think I should put it on semi-pro. That might be more fun.
Yeah, it might be.
So classic controls and then DC United. Oh. Oh, I clicked right there. Go back. Oh, I can't go back. Oh, shit. FIFA World Cup is here. Yes, it is. This is the last game that they have for the FIFA license.
Yep.
It's gonna be EA's FC next year.
Yep.
Water Nation?
Is it still playing Salem?
I'll say England. I couldn't pick the United States. Let's go with that guy. Give me a loanee. Sure. Okay.
Right there.
Oh!
Oh, what?
I kicked that ball about 1,000 feet into the crowd. Oh shit, he ran right by me. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Yay. Oh, fuck you. Yeah. Oh, he tripped me into the goal. Struggling.
Oh, I'm not struggling. I'm just gonna get that over here, and then we'll start playing some solo battles. And play. Well, have you been playing a Call of Duty, man?
At some point. Not at the current moment. I would like not to. Hey, that's got to be a yellow card. I don't want to get mad yet. Oh, what happened? Try again. Win possession 5 times in the opponent's first. What?
See how this goes.
Well, the weather forecasters promised us an agreeable day for football, and that's exactly what we've got.
Play
I'm
Manchester
Derek
United.
Ray,
Let's go.
and my commentary partner, as always, is Stuart Robson. And everyone here on tenterhooks, you'd have to say, with good reason. Stuart, what are your expectations for today?
Well, Derek, as is always the case, the team that dominates midfield will be the team that controls the flow of the game. And that, for me, is the area that's key today.
And Ibrahimovic!
Boom.
And it
Goal.
goes! He scored on his debut!
Let's go.
His fans are loving that!
First play of the game, man. I scored a goal. You know why? Because
Well, here's
this is the
replay.
thing. Even if you play on amateur,
Ball played into the
if
box.
you do a good cross,
And he makes
no
no
matter how
mistake.
good their goalie is, they're not going to
Showed
get
a
it.
lot of composure
It's freaking
there.
awesome. Once you learn how to cross on soccer, you're almost
Moving once more.
unstoppable.
How important will that opening goal prove to be?
That's one thing I learned, at least. It's almost unstoppable. If you can get a good cross in, you got to stop me from getting across. That's the thing. And a lot of the computers don't understand what I'm doing. They think I'm.
And that's easy
That was a
peasy for the
horrible
keeper.
cross. And you know what I'm talking about, right, Walter? What I mean by cross?
Yes.
Because the cross
Essentially
is.
a one-timer in hockey.
Yeah, essentially. What it is what you need to do is you need to run to as far over as possible and try to pull as many defenders on you. And then you want to
There for him.
cross and then
Oh, it might be.
kick it. Boom, like that.
Goodness, he's caught that so well. A goal of the highest class. Fantastic technique.
Like that's the thing you want.
Away, with the scoreline standing at 2-0.
You want to bring the defense with you. It's not. So it's kind of like a.
There's options available.
It's kind of like a one-timer, but
Deflected
it's like a
behind.
one-timer
Corner forthcoming.
where it looks like you're trying to shoot it, and you're not. Let me see. I do a lob pass. Do a corner. I suck at
Someone get on the
corners.
end of this.
I need to get better at corners.
Lacked a bit of guile.
The corners I suck at.
And a corner there that really lacked guile.
What are you better at, Walter? You good at corners in this game?
Suck at everything
Possession
in this game.
lost.
Corners are my horrible. I need to get better at corners, but once you get down how to cross, there's literally the easiest thing to learn, but it's the hardest thing to defend.
For the goalkeeper.
Like, you gotta, because it looks like you're just dicking around, but in reality you're setting everything up.
Almiron.
That's why I like it.
And the snuffing
Oh,
out of the cross there.
they're starting to learn, the computer's starting to learn. Let's go. They know what I'm doing.
He's driven in the corner. Zidane. Delivered into the box. Well, he had a decent reading of that ball in. Cross blocked.
Oh, they've blocked my cross down again.
So the corner played into the box. Beautiful pass. And he's fired it against the post.
Oh, I just dinged it off the post, man.
Much closer than that. It's a matter of inches from being a really good goal.
I did it. I don't even did all the
Almiron.
challenges I needed to. Alright.
It's looking promising. And a fine cross. A high degree of difficulty with that sort of attempt.
Well, he's just mistimed it, hasn't he? Didn't catch it how he would have wanted, and well, that's the result.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, sloppy in possession from the hoops. Ibrahimovic. And whipped into the box.
Boom.
Oh, back of the net.
Goal.
And a debut goal to boot. It doesn't get much better than that.
It does not get better than that. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And then I joined. I only heard. Have you heard of Hive Social, Walter?
Heard of what?
Hive Social.
Negative.
It's a new YouTube, not YouTube, a new Twitch, or not Twitch, but Twitter, where it's like the old Twitter, essentially, and it started on iPhone, obviously, but now it's on Android, and it's pretty much like if you took Twitter and you brought it back 10 years, or I would say about 5 years, it's pretty much what this is. I think it's being ran by the people who used to work at Twitter. It's not.
Oh, nice.
It's not great, but it's not bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the best. It's not the worst, but honestly, it's really. And then you can have unlimited followers right now. So I'm trying to get as many as I can right now. I have like 2,500 followers. I'm trying to get more, so that's why I keep doing it every day. I'm like trying to build up because until they start putting a cap on how many people you can follow. I'm trying to get it as high as possible so I can get as many people, and then it's hilarious people talking shit on it, because honestly, like I said, it's like if you went back in time 5 years ago and what Twitter was, that's what this is. But they literally started running this thing literally a couple weeks ago on iPhone, and it did so well they moved it to Android, and they literally within 5 days had over 1 million people join. It's unheard of, like, because the thing is, people are so afraid of fucking up Twitter, is that this place is literally getting a shit ton of traffic. And they said that they're still working on it. It's in beta testing right now, their whole platform, and they're like, please don't leave. We're kind of the system's kind of slow. And they've said a couple times, like, hey, it's gonna freeze every once in a while, which it does. But overall, it's honestly cool. So I don't know if you've heard of it, but that's what I was asking, if you heard of it yet. It's not, and the thing is, it's not politically driven. It's not left. And then if you say anything like you're not supposed to be political on here, and if you are, you get gone.
That's a good algorithm.
Yep. Like it's trying to combat hate. But people are getting mad because there is a lot of porn. Like the other day, I got some dudes wanting to show me his dick, and they were saying gay people were taking over Hive. It was pretty funny. I just laughed it and blocked the dude who showed me his dick. Yeah.
It's almost like that South Park episode where they go on the chat roulette and they try to get friends. And he's like, you just gotta ignore the dicks, bro. Dick, dick, dick. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, look.
It was only one dick that got shown to me, and I was like, all right, this is weird. And then one gay guy blocked me because I wouldn't talk to him. Like I'm straight, so yeah, that's not gonna happen, weirdo. And then they're like, and then they all went away because they're like, oh, all the gay people got mad. They're like, this site feels like it's just for gamers. It kind of is. Like it pretty much all like gamers are over there, not anything but people that play video games are on Hive Social right now. People were talking shit about it, like, oh, there's no algorithm to stop the porn. I'm like, well, porn built, and if they have an algorithm to keep the hate out of there. I'm like, well, they're worried about hate. How about you just block the people that are showing porn? That's what you just do. Like, you just go, oh. That's what I said to somebody. I was like, what do you think built the internet, dude? Not to be rude about it. It's $1 billion business.
What an absolute waste of a corner.
God, this goalie is on fire.
But it is what it is. Like I said, it's kind of like that. So yeah, it's not too bad of a site. But it's only online on phone right now because it doesn't even have a website. So that's only another thing. They're gonna make a website eventually, so you can go from your computer to do it. But they just want to focus on the phone right now and get their algorithms under control. Which I'm like, yeah. But there's always people talking shit about it already. Oh, and it's not going to take over Twitter. I was like, no, it's probably not going to. But if I think Twitter's going to go bankrupt.
I don't.
He's losing a lot of money.
I don't.
And a lot of no, this is, I don't know if I don't know if you watch this show, but on HBO, John Oliver, last week today, he did an episode on Twitter, and he said that the problem with Twitter is that it always never made money, and someone took over it that wanted to make money, which that's why he tried to get out of it, because he's like, that's the real reason why Elon Musk tried to get out of the buying of it. He realized Twitter doesn't make as much as he thought it did. It doesn't. It made money, but it didn't make like an exorbitant amount like Elon Musk wanted. So hopefully he doesn't bankrupt it, because he's coming up with some dumbass ideas. That's why he had to come up with that blue checkmark thing.
Yeah, that'll make money.
That might.
But
But
make
as
a
a-
lot of fucking money.
Well, right now you can't. Only people that can get blue check marks right now, though, it sucks, are people that have iPhones.
It'll change the 29th.
So it kind of sucks. Because the thing is, people that have blue check marks, what they're paying for is you get your stuff seen by more people. It's like you're paying for someone seeing your shit. Algorithm favors you, as long as you're not doing hate.
Into the penalty area.
Essentially, and that's what he said. Like, it'll favor you if you have the blue check mark.
Well, that's how to keep the opposition at bay.
So we'll see. Hopefully, he doesn't bankrupt it.
Cutting in from the flank. And the opportunity
Oh, hit it in, man, and missed it completely.
rather than going for placement.
Oh shit.
There to win it back. possession game just not working properly today. So 1 minute of stoppage time, that's what the officials have said. And teammates around him.
That's one thing I understand about soccer is that why don't they just have a clock? Why is there 1 minute of stoppage time?
And he takes on the shot, making sure it didn't get past him.
There's an actual real clock that was stopped and go, because the thing is they don't stop the clock for any reason. They just mark it and then count it as time.
How is that not a goal outside the box? I thought that was outside the box, man. Fuck.
Shit, I haven't even let them shoot it on goal.
And back underway.
Didn't get one shot on goal that whole period, man. That's fucking awesome.
In the second half.
That's called elite defense right there. I didn't get a shot on goal. As I talk about that, I'm letting them come in. Ah!
Plenty of support here. And reading it absolutely superbly.
There we go. Bringing it up.
Can they hit on the break?
Yep, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Opportunity. Oh, he's done
Oh!
it.
Oh, own goal.
To the delight of his fans.
It bounced off the goalie who thought he had it, and it bounced in. It's fucking awesome. The goalie just fucking own goaled himself.
Let's
Check
see
this out
this
again.
because the delivery into the box couldn't be any better. Played into just the right area, and although he doesn't make the cleanest of contacts, he still gets enough on it to take it beyond the keeper. I think that's a very good goal.
Hit the goalie right there, and it bounced off. Right back into the goal.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. He literally, what had happened is I was going in, but instead of, because the goalie was bracing for me. This is why the cross is so fucking awesome. He was bracing for me because I'm like fucking darting into the goal. And last second I just stop and I kick it across and he fucking just
My goodness, it's so
hits him right in the fuck. The only thing is my guy hit him right in the fucking arms, but he didn't fucking grab it. That's one thing when I played goalie is I would grab it because the thing is you can't let it. I hated punching it away because you don't know where it's gonna deflect to.
could be on for him here.
There you go, another goal.
Class. Had to catch it perfectly, and didn't he just?
I remember when I played, when I was younger, I had a guy who would tell me where I had to, because the thing is, when being a goalie, since it's such a big slot and when you were a kid, it was all about where you were standing, and where you had to stand whenever you saw them coming at angles, and watching the angle, and watching their hips. Because if you didn't do that, and you were just sitting there, you just can't just stand there, and if you're out of position, no matter what you do, you're not going to get to the ball. That's what he taught me. He's like, I hate seeing goalies just follow the ground like they had no shot at the ball. Because they're out of position 90% of the time. That's why I used to, but also I was a kid, so it was really small anyway, and there's a big ass goal. So, and then when I was in the Air Force, I already knew it. I didn't really have a coach. I just had a lieutenant.
He's in here.
That's why he was just happy that I actually had actual training.
It's got to be. Just missing narrowly on the volley.
Aw.
Well, it's a fantastic effort. Difficult technique, but he caught it so well. He's unfortunate.
So yeah, so that's what he taught me. Because as a kid, it's about where you're at, placed to where they're coming at from. The freaking people are coming at you.
Now with Simon.
If you're placed incorrectly, no matter what you do and how you throw your body, you're gonna miss the freaking ball.
Able to get a body in the way.
And me, I just dive on it. That's the thing I did that I really wasn't supposed to do, but I dove on it anyway because I just didn't want.
He's driven in the corner.
Oh, I knocked it out of bounds.
Delivery, sailing over everyone in the middle.
Hit it over everybody. But I didn't do anything with it, so there's probably people better than me at goalie. But there's a lot of people actually better than me at goalie. But I enjoyed it because of the mental.
The situation defensively.
Because 90% of the time you're just thinking everything in your head. That's why I like being goalie. But I played defense too, so
Moses Simon.
defense was fun.
Cool.
No space for them here.
I like playing wing.
Oh, wings are awesome.
That was my favorite.
I was fast enough to be a wing, but I don't know. I just couldn't kick the ball as good. I don't know what it was. Like, that's the reason why I played defense. I wasn't a really good scorer, but I was fast.
I could score the shit out of it. I just did not enjoy it as much as I should have.
It's a really inviting ball played into the box.
Didn't play very long.
And it's a comfortable finish in the end, which is made to look so easy. It's a lovely goal.
When I was a kid, I played a lot because here in Arizona, soccer was a big thing, especially in elementary school. Like, we played it a lot. We'd play USA versus Mexico all the time here. That was like our biggest thing. Like, we'd have Mexico versus USA, and we'd kick ass, or we'd get our ass kicked. Then I played for our school team. Our elementary school had other schools that played soccer, and we played against them.
And he has options available.
But soccer was big here in Arizona because we had a huge Hispanic.
Well, no problems defensively.
That's what a lot of kids that played it were Hispanic.
Grimaldo. Oh, he's left
I was probably the only white kid, honestly. I think I was like one of the two white kids that played.
I played for like 2 years and then told my dad, I was like, I ain't doing this no more. And he was like, it's fine. And then called me a pussy.
My dad didn't even know anything about soccer. My dad's like, I don't know anything about this sport. And then he started watching it, and he started telling me I was sucking. I was like, how you don't even know this sport, Dad? He's like, I've been watching. I was like, how the hell do you know I was in the wrong spot if you don't even know what spot I'm supposed to be in? And he's like, I can just tell.
Well, here it is again.
I'm like,
Goes
all
past the
right.
marker so easily with just a drop of the shoulder.
I was gonna do that to me. He's like, you're in the wrong spot. I was like,
Connection with the ball, leaving
I got the ball, Dad. I don't know how. If I was in the wrong spot, how did I dive on the ball? He's like, why do you always dive on it? Because I was like, because I don't trust me punching it out. Because that's what my coach would always tell me, to punch it away. I'm like, no, I'm not punching it away so they can just hit it back in. I fucking just dove on it. Probably a bad idea, but I got knocked out when I was in. Remember that shit? I got knocked out by getting kicked in the face with a ball, and woke up with that, that salt stuff in your freaking. And the first thing I said to my dad was, "Did they score?" My dad's like, "Are you dumb?" I was like, "Well, that's all I'm worried about." He's like, "They didn't score. They didn't score." Okay, that's what I said too. Did they score? And he's like, "No, they didn't." I was like, "All right, good."
What a glorious opportunity.
Well, the flag's gone up and he was offside.
He's like,
He didn't know
"How
that
can
when
you
he
get
took the
hurt
shot.
in soccer?" I was like, it happens.
Like that, but fucking, what's it called? Whales flopping around crying for a foul.
I got laid the fuck out, dude. I was out. My dad was fucking scared. I've never seen my dad that fucking
As you can see,
upset
though,
in my
those
life. He
shots
was yelling
are
at the
set,
coach.
And they've made good use of it. They really have played some good attacking football, and they look
I was like, "Dad, I'm okay." He's like,
Just 15 minutes remaining. And he might be through here.
"Don't tell your mom." I'm like, "Tell mom what? Nothing happened."
Under no real pressure. Trippier. Now with Almiron. Is he going to put it away? Well, such a high
nice.
degree of difficulty. Not quite in the end.
Well, how good was that? It's such a difficult piece of skill,
But yeah.
which he made look so easy. That deserved a goal.
Like when I played baseball, which was weird, it was the opposite. Because I remember I got beamed in the head and I got laid out by one of those pitches, and my dad's like, "You needed to rush the mound." I was like, "No, I don't need to rush the mound."
So almost at full time, and the home side very much in command.
My
Stuart,
catcher
what are you
rushed
going
him. I
to
told
make
you
of
about
the
that.
performance?
Fucking Frank,
Well, what an
my best
excellent
friend Frank,
Perfect
he
chance here.
rushed for me.
Clearly offside.
And I was like, "No, dude, don't." I'm like, get back. You're going to get us fucking in trouble. We got to forfeit the game. Back then, it wasn't like, "Oh, you did something like that." In Little League, they just forfeited the game. It wasn't you're ejected. It's like game over. You lose. And that's why I told my dad, I was like, "The umpires here don't play around, Dad.
This might be the perfect counter-attacking opportunity.
If you do something dumb, they don't just like kick you from the game. They kick the whole team from the game."
And the counter-attack came to nothing. 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 And the counter-attack
That's why I didn't rush the.
Ronaldo. Ibrahimovic at the ready. Able to deal with the threat.
I almost got his kicked from one game because I accidentally hit a kid in the back.
Might be able to get in behind the defense.
As I was pitching that game, I just threw the ball. The ball left my hand wrong and fucking nailed a kid in the back.
Promising move. Oh, and a wonderful stop. But the offside flag has gone up and it grinds to a halt.
We had gotten warned. That's why I almost got kicked. Or not, I got kicked. The whole team almost got kicked. We were warned earlier that game. We were warned before the game started. If I remember correctly. They warned us before the game because we had gotten in the skirmish 2 games before that, and they're like, if anything happens, I'm calling the game. I was like, oh fuck. And then that's when I'm like, the ball. I had sweaty palms, and I fucking threw the ball still, and it got away from me, and I fucking hit the kid in the back.
And the referee is going to add on 4 added minutes.
And then they're like, we warned you. We warned you, number 3. I was like, I don't care. It was an accident. I had no reason to hit him.
It happens.
I was like, I'm a 7-year-old kid throwing a baseball with sweaty palms. What do you think was going to happen?
And there it is, the final whistle. The home fans are going to be happy with this result.
Well, Derek, what a good performance that was. They did most things right, and their attacking play was inventive and had a real cutting edge.
And I was number 3, so they're like, number 3, you're on thin ice. I was like, thin ice for what? When I got back in the dugout, my coach was like, what was that about? I was like, my palms are sweaty and I still threw the ball. And he's like, oh, well, don't do it again. I'm like, all right. I won't do it again. And then I got up there and struck out the side. I was like, all right, sat back down, and I got pulled. I was like, man, I struck out the side. He's like, yeah, well, we want you for the next game because the stupid rules.
And Ibrahimovic.
Remember, I don't know, did you guys have those same rules where you could only pitch like 3 innings, and if you pitched more than 3 innings, they couldn't pitch you again for like a week? It was like some dumb rule.
We had we had 6 innings reset or a certain pitch if you reached 85 pitches.
It was 3 innings with us. It was 3 innings. Then if you pitched more than 3 innings, you couldn't pitch for a week. Well, you could pitch the full game. Like, they would let you pitch all 6 innings, but then they would be like, well, you can't pitch for a week. You have to let the kid's arm rest.
And whipped into the box.
So if you pitch 3 innings, you could pitch the next game.
I remember pitching 3 innings one day, 3 innings the following day, and then 2 innings the next game.
Almiron.
That's how they got away with it. They let you pitch 3 innings, just like that. They let you pitch 3 innings. You could pitch 3 innings the next game. Because my coach wanted me to.
Fucking jello. Oh.
Yeah, your arm fucking hurts like a bitch. So after that too, when you pitch 3 and 3, I would close. I closed. Actually, I started the first game, and then I closed the second game.
I never relieved. I always started. I wanted to close. I thought that would have been fun.
Well, my coach was cool like that. He's like, he asked me, like, cause that's the thing. The coach I had was the gym teacher at my school in Sierra Vista, and he's like, you want to pitch? You want to start or do you want to close? I was like, I want to close, and he's like, sure. I'm like, all right. That's all I had to do. He was very like, hey, what do you want to do, man? I was like, I don't want to tire you out. I'm like, I want to close, because closing was fun, because I liked it, because I could throw fastballs. That's why he wanted me to close too. He was like, he didn't care. I threw fastballs, and that's pretty much all. I knew like 2 pitches, and I tried a 3rd one out. I told you about the knuckleball. My dad tried teaching me the knuckleball. I used it once, and I got yelled at. I remember that shit. I used it once, and the ball, he hit it, but he hit it so awkwardly that it literally it spun. It hit the ground and spun in the dirt.
I threw a knuckleball that was shit over center field fence. It was raining, and I lost grip of the ball and then knuckleball, and I was like, oh shit. And sheesh,
And not
boy,
mine.
howdy.
Mine would it because if you when you throw it, you know how you throw it. You throw it, it looked like a fastball, but then as soon as it got to where he swung, the ball just dropped straight to the ground. And he tipped it. He tipped it where it went like that, and it hit the ground and it just spun. When I don't know how he hit it, wherever angle he hit it in, the ball just hit the ground and just started spinning really fast, and there was a fucking dent in the ground right in front of the first home plate. And the umpire called it a legal ball. Thank God Frank threw his mask off and got it and threw it to the first base before the dude got there. And that's why I got yelled at. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing? I never told you." And I didn't say fuck because I forgot about that. He was hardcore against F words. But he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" It's like, you know 2 pitches. He came out to the mound. He's like, "You know 2 pitches, and that's all you're gonna do. Don't try any funny fancy shit." And then my dad got mad at me, like, "Why didn't you tell?" He's like, "That was a good knuckleball." I was like, it was, Dad, but the coach didn't want me throwing it because he didn't trust me with it. I got Frank to let me throw it, but Frank got yelled at too. He's like, "What are you doing? You're not supposed to let him throw anything other than fastball." And then I threw a slider, and that's it. Mainly, I just threw fastballs. Because I threw a fastball about 72 miles an hour, and then he's like, "That's the reason why he's like, a kid your age can throw it that fast. It's fucking awesome." And I could. Only thing is, it was right down the center, so if you could hit it, it was gonna be gone. Like, honestly, it was gonna be gone. But it was like, if any kid actually has an actual batting ability, that thing's gone. I was like, yeah, it is. But thank God they suck, and they did. I literally struck out the side when I just threw fastballs. I would just strike out the side, strike out the side, strike out the side. And then my coach would be like, "Holy shit." They're like, "You're just throwing one pitch." I was like, "Yeah, I'm just throwing the same pitch down the middle. Same pitch down the middle." These kids couldn't even catch it. Like, literally. At one point, they tried freaking bunting it. And that didn't really go really well because I was really good at running up to the ball and getting it and throwing over the first base really quickly. And so was Frank. Frank was a really good defensive catcher. He would throw his mask off and fucking go diving for the ball. It was fucking good. I was like, "God damn, Frank, settle the fuck down. You're gonna fucking make all those look bad." He's fucking fucking spider monkey and shit. That's what we called him. That was his nickname. We called Frank Spider Monkey because he literally just throw off his goddamn mask and catch the craziest shit. We're like, "God damn, man." And when we played other people's stadiums, they would try to yell at him to miss it. Like, "You ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it." And he'd fucking spider monkey it and fucking land on his back and catch it still. We're like, "God damn." That kid was crazy. I'm like, "Well, glad I have a catcher like that." Dude could catch anything, dude. So that's why it was good having him as a catcher because he had no fear. I literally pegged him so many times with the baseball, it was fucking unreal. I felt so bad. I was like, "I'm so sorry, man." He's like, "It happens." I was like, I'm the catcher. Like, ball's supposed to hit me. I remember I threw the ball one time so hard it fucking stuck into his fucking mask. Gotta get him a new mask. I was like, "God damn, that was cool." We joked about it on the bus ride home. We're like, "Holy shit." And then we pulled out the mask and it still had the ball in it. I was like, "God damn, that's cool." Remember that shit? My friend Frank would always bring that up all the time. He'd be like, "Man, remember that time you fucking threw that ball into my mask? It wouldn't go. I had to buy a fucking new mask. Thanks, Bobby." I was like, my fault. You had a shitty mask because it obviously wasn't my arm that fast.
I don't miss baseball. I never really liked it.
I liked it because it was more.
boring.
It was a camaraderie with my friends. I liked it because I'd be in the dugout being stupid, and my coach was cool. He didn't care as long as we played good. He was like, "Fuck it," but it was little league. And he's like, "This is what you're supposed to have fun." And my coach was like, "You're supposed to have fun." we're here to win. And we did. We won a lot. I think I only played 2 seasons before I moved up to mayor. That's why I was mad. My first season, we were the worst team. We were the second worst team in the league. That's why he literally asked me to come play, because I told you that story. That I remember playing, because I was playing soccer one day, and he goes, "Have you ever hit a baseball before?" And I was like, "Yeah." Kid. So he's like, we're looking for an outfielder or first baseman or even a pitcher for that matter. Would you be willing to try out and I was like, I see you always playing soccer and really fast and you're really good at being goalie, so we really think you may have the ability, like, would you want to? And I was like, sure. And then he's like, and I went, he's like, can you get a, we were, it was PE class, so it was like, we were doing PE stuff, and he was like, yeah, sure. That was part of the class, is he was trying to find out what kids could play and what kids couldn't. And we were kind of like having a tryout kind of situation. And I came up, got a bat, swung it a little bit, came up to the bat, and he threw a ball like right down the middle. I fucking crushed it. And he looks at me, he goes, you're messing with me, right? I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, you said you've never played baseball before. And I was like, oh, I play baseball. I'm like, I never said I don't play baseball. And he's like, all right, we're going to do this one more time, because that was probably beginner's luck. And you just fucking literally crushed the ball over the other outside of the fence. I was like, yeah, all right. And he threw another one, and I crushed it. And he's like, he looks at me. He's like, are you messing with me? Like, what the fuck? Not really what the fuck. Like I said, he couldn't cuss. That's on my head. I'm making that up. But he was like, are you serious right now? He's like, I'm going to do this 2 more times, and if you crush this ball, I'm going to think something that you were purposely messing with me. And honestly, it was, I didn't thought that I didn't want to play. I just didn't have the money. My parents were poor, obviously, so it was like, I couldn't play Little League. I wanted to, but we didn't have the money. So next 2 pitches, I crushed again, and then he's like, why aren't you playing Little League? And I was like, my parents don't have the money, and I don't want to make my dad, he's already barely making ends meet and shit, and I don't want to do it to him. And he's like, well, I'm gonna talk to your dad. I was like, no, don't talk to my dad, because I don't want him to think that I told that he's not making ends eat and whatever, blah blah blah. Well, I get to my house, and my teacher's already there, talking to my dad, and I was like, son of a bitch, I'm in so much trouble, because my dad's gonna be like, what the hell? You call everyone we're fucking poor? And I was like, no, I didn't. I swear. When I get there, he's talking to my dad, and he's like, he won't. When I walk in, he's like, Bob, don't have to pay for anything. I'm gonna pay for the whole thing. Like, you don't have to worry about it, Bob. I understand you are still struggling with you just took over your dad's tire shop. I know. And this is the gym teacher knew my dad from high school, so he knew my dad. And he was like, I understand you just took over the tire shop from Walt, old man Walt, because he had that stroke, and you're still getting things together. And that's what happened too, is that he took over from my grandpa after he had his first stroke. And he's like, well, old man Walt, I loved old man Walt. Everyone in this community loved him, and we want his grandson to play for our team. And he's like, oh, you don't have to worry about anything. Don't worry about it. And my dad's like, oh, I feel like a horrible piece of shit. I heard everyone talking about it. I walk in, and I'm like, hey, Dad, what's up? And he's like, hey, did you try out for the baseball team today? I was like, kind of. And he's like, I didn't. He's like, I didn't know you wanted to play baseball. I would have tried something. I was like, I didn't want to make it because I know you were, well, our situation, I knew a little bit, and I didn't want to do that to you, Dad. And he's like, well, Jim here told me that he wants to take you and put you on the team. Do you want to be on the team? I was like, if I can, yeah. And he's like, well, yeah, I feel bad. I couldn't do it for you, but they said they'll get you on the team. And I went and got fitted for all my stuff, and they gave me cleats, pants, top, a baseball bat, the whole 9. I got everything for free. And they're like, yeah, here you go. It's like, this is for old man Walt. They love my grandpa. And then they're like, here you go. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah. And then I started playing, and I only played, like I said, 2 years, and then now we had to move up to mayor because my dad had to shut down the shop because my grandma, my step grandma, because my grandpa had another like 2 or 3 strokes, and my grandma apparently wanted, or my step grandma, if it really makes any sense, but wanted to sell the business, and because they needed extra money to, that was the thing. What she said to my dad is that she needed extra money to take care of grandpa, because they had already went through everything by him being in the home. And my dad's like, dad had shit ton of stuff. Like my grandpa did. He had his own rentals and stuff. He had his own apartment complex. He had like 2 or 3 of them. It's like, you couldn't sell those before you sell his business, his tire business? And they're like, no, we need to sell the tire business. And so my dad moved us all to Mayor and kind of sucked ass, so I couldn't play baseball anymore. But that's a long story, and that's why it kind of sucked, is at age 8, because it was 7 when I started playing, and I played 8 till 8 years old, the first and second grade. And then when I had to go up to second grade up to Mayor and do that all over again, so it was sucked. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. It kind of sucked ass, but I loved it. I love playing baseball. It was fun, but like I said, I grew up in a really poor family, so I didn't get to play much sports. And after that, when I came up here, it cost too much, and everyone thought I sucked at sports because I was a small kid. I was like 3 foot. I was a short kid, and I was skinny as hell. They thought I was a fucking loser, weirdo. So I remember that shit. They're like, "Oh, you can't play sports. You look like a fucking skeleton, and you're like 3 foot tall." I was like, "Eh." So I just played on the playground, and then I never really brought up anything about playing baseball or soccer and playing really good down in Phoenix, and I just like played it off because I already felt weird in the new whole area, so it kind of sucked ass. So I got really nerdy and worried about being good at nerd shit. So I'm learning. I love learning anyway, so it wasn't like it was something I didn't already like enjoy doing. So I just focused on that part and didn't really worry about sports again until high school. And no one even knew I even played anything. They're like, "Oh," every time we'd play like stuff in gym class, I would go off and they'd be like, "Holy shit, how are you able to hit like that?" I was like, I guess beginner's luck. Well, I didn't really want to let them know who I was because it kind of sucks. I really didn't want to be there because I had like a depression that felt like then, because I was like, I moved from where I was treated like I was really good at sports and then treated really cool, like I was the cool kid down in Phoenix, and I was like, I was a nerd weirdo when I moved up to Mayor. So it was weird.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah, that's what I got called a lot.
I'll go suck my nerd dick.
Yeah, it happens. That's the thing I learned. It's like I went from, that's the reason why I didn't really like, my dad's like, "Oh, why don't you like living in Mayor?" I was like, because I went from the most popular kid in school who played all the sports and everyone liked to just some kid that no one cared about. Like, wonder why I love Phoenix so much, Dad. Like, he would always get mad. He's like, "Why do you like Phoenix so much?" I was like, "You literally took me from where I was thriving and put me in a shit town with shit people, and I hated it here." And I did. I literally hated it up in Mayor. And I would like wish and pray that I could move back down. Actually, at one point, I remember one time we went to my Aunt Rita's. I tried to stay at my Aunt Rita's down in Phoenix because I wanted to go back to school in Phoenix. And then I guess I'm a jackass. I got home. My dad and mom left, and I felt, because they tried doing it for a couple weeks. They wanted to see if I could actually handle being by myself. I could, and I was like, man, I miss my dad. So I went back up, and I was like, shit, I gotta actually grow the fuck up. And that's like I said, it wasn't until high school I started playing sports again, or until junior high actually. Junior high is when I started playing sports again, because I just gave up on sports when I was in elementary, and I kind of mad at myself for doing that, but that's the thing. Like, I just gave up because it was like I started over, and everyone just assumed I sucked, and it irritated me. And then I'd have like instances where I'd go off in PE, and they'd be like, "Whoa, I didn't know you could hit like that," or "Whoa, that's a fluke," or "Whoa, there's no way you can play like that." So it kind of sucked. So I just had a stigmata, like, "Oh, you're the weird kid that's smart." So I was super smart in class. I was like, yeah, well, down in Phoenix, I was a super smart one, and that was a good thing. Here, it's like, they made fun of you for being super smart. I was like, weird. Went from being
Really?
it was a bunch of hillbilly dumbasses up in Mayor. In Phoenix though, they were like, oh, you know all this stuff. Hell yeah. They're like, they would be like, they wanted teachers like that. They're like, oh shit, you actually care about learning? Here's a bunch of extra shit you want to learn. And then up in Mayor, it's like, you want to learn? Fuck that. We're just here to do what we need to do, minimum. Don't ask us for anything extra. Essentially. It
I
sucked.
feel like that's areas, man.
It sucked. Like, that's the thing, man. I was like, I hated it, and I legitimately told my dad that. And like I said, I tried to see if I could move in with my aunt, and they tried it for a couple weeks, and I got homesick. It sucked ass. I missed it too much. I don't know why. I was an idiot. Looking back on it, I should have just sucked it up and stayed down in Phoenix with my aunt Rita and lived with them and went to school there. But I was an idiot and didn't like it because I honestly didn't like I liked my cousin Johnny, but all the other Don and David, they were a bunch of dicks. I didn't like them at all. Like, they were just dicky and mean to me all the fucking time. And I was like, this is bullshit. I don't know why the fuck I'm here. Me and Johnny were picked on the whole goddamn time. I was like, god damn it. Because Johnny was, he's half Mexican, and that's they'd always make fun of him. They're very, my freaking cousins Don and David are fucking super racist. Shit. Oh, we got a half-breed brother. I'm like, dude, get off Johnny's dick, man. Johnny is a cool fucking dude. Well, what if he's half Mexican? You're half dumbass. That doesn't mean I'm not mad that you're half dumbass. He's like, what'd you say? I was like, you heard what I said? He fucking punched me, and my Aunt Rita saw it, and she fucking went off on Don, like, that's your cousin. You don't punch your cousin. So he called me a dumbass, and then my Uncle Pat's like, it's because you are a dumbass. Like, what the fuck? You hit Bob's son one more time, I will fucking end you. And my aunt says, because it wasn't his son, because my aunt had lots of husbands. This was her third husband, essentially. It's like, you don't talk to my son like that. And they had a huge fight, and that's when I got told to leave. I remember that shit because I got punched by Don for calling him a dumbass. And my Aunt Rita freaked out on Don, and then my Uncle Pat, which is my dad's best friend, and fucking from, like I told you, the one that was a Navy SEAL, was like, he was gonna fucking end Don's life, man. He's like, you don't touch Bob's son. Bob, that is Bob. And I was like, Bob is my fucking best friend. I would die for. You don't touch his son like that. I will kill you. Like, he was like fucking hardcore. He's like, I will end your life, you piece of little shit. And then my aunt would freak the fuck out, like, you're not gonna hurt my son. He's like, I will. He's like, someone needs to put the fear of God in that piece of shit. And I was like, goddamn, great. Uncle Pat. He's like, yeah, that kid's a piece of shit. I hate him. Like, treating Johnny like that, bullshit. Just because Johnny's half Mexican. And I was like, I know. It sucked. And actually, Johnny was actually not really my cousin, but because the thing is, his mom was actually my cousin, but his mom got hit by one night. She had her tire went flat on the road, and she went to come back around, and an 18-wheeler ran her over and killed her instantly.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, and Johnny was in the back seat and was asleep, so he doesn't remember any of it because he was like 5 years old. And he woke up and started crying because he saw his mom pretty much guts all over the ground and blah blah blah. But that was pretty fucked up. So he was, and then my aunt Rita adopted him. So she was technically his grandma and his mom. So I called him Cousin Johnny. So, and like I said, his dad was Mexican, and so they would always tease him and everything. But the thing is, on top of that, he had like a trust fund from that accident. So when he turned 18, he got like 1.5 million, and he pretty much blew it on like a bunch of shit. So now he's broke. Now he's poor. It's funny.
Oh, I suck at this fucking game.
He bought a bunch of, like, he bought a house up in Camp Verde, and he bought a bunch of other shit. Bought a car. Fucking went all out and went stupid. Went total fucking idiot. Now he's poor. But yeah, he got an inheritance from that accident. And my aunt Rita, she worked for Intel, so she was not poor at all. She was like loaded. She worked for Intel. Shit, I remember near the end of her life, she was living off of dividends from her, because she had bought a lot of stock while she was working for Intel. She was literally living off of dividends and fucking Social Security before she died. She was really good with money, so I remember that shit. But yeah, and then my cousin Johnny like legitimately went full idiot. I remember him telling me that. He's like, last time I talked to him, he's the one that liked the Cowboys. That's why me and him would talk shit on each other. Like, that's how I got really good at talking shit about the Cowboys. Even his high school team was the Cowboys. So they moved up to Camp Verde after they didn't like Phoenix anymore. And Camp Verde, they were the Camp Verde Cowboys. We played them all the time. We beat the living shit out of Cowboys one night, and I was like, "Oh, the Cowboys suck." And so you're Dallas Cowboys, and he's like, "Fuck you, man." He started crying. I was like, "What? Come on, Johnny, you're not a bitch." And he's like, "Oh, why'd you gotta be so rude?" I was like, "Oh my god, what the fuck happened to you?" They used to talk shit all the time, and we just laugh about it. Now you're like, being a bitch. He's like, like, yeah, well, you got soft. That's what my cousin did.
Fucking kidding me.
What happened?
I got an own goal myself. I fucking suck at this game, bro.
You suck at going at soccer?
Yeah.
Sorry.
And it was at the 87 fucking minute. Hey, Devin.
How's it going?
What's up, Devin?
Not much, I suppose. How's your guys' Thanksgiving?
Good, good. How was yours?
Pretty good.
Didn't do much today, so.
The Walter's in a food coma trying to play FIFA because I bought FIFA today.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the World Cup's going on, you know.
Well, yeah, that's why I got it because it's on sale too for Black Friday. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting this shit.
Nice.
It's a good game. I'm really good at it. Walter is just own gold himself, so.
FIFA's hard, something like in the beginning, though, like when you first start playing, actually. Like, it's difficult.
It can be.
No!
Well, if you don't know offsides and stuff, yeah, it can be suck ass. I remember when we first met, I tried playing Walter. What's up? You haven't tracked it? Let's go. I know, right? But yeah, I remember
Young
we played
Tragic _
when I played Walter the first
Welcome
time when
to
he
my
first
channel.
he fucking own gold himself,
Young
but he kept
Tragic
going
_
offsides. He's like, "How am I offsides?
Said.
Fuck this game."
Yo, let's go.
I remember that shit. It was hilarious. How the fuck am I offsides? I'm like, 'cause you're offsides. I don't know. The offside rule in soccer is fucked up. I'll be honest with you. It's like the dumbest thing ever. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, if you are in front of the ball and then the last defender is at this certain area, then you're offsides. I'm like, the fuck? Like, can't you just have like what offsides is? Like, have a blue line or something like hockey? Nope.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
It's dumb. Yeah, it's a dumb rule. I'm not gonna lie. That's the reason why I always kick the ball backwards whenever I come down, because if you kick it backwards, you really can't be offsides.
Makes sense.
That's why whenever I do a cross, I try to kick it backwards instead of kick it forwards, because if you kick it forwards, there's some chance you can get it offsides for some dumb reason. It's dumb. That's the biggest part about soccer I never understood. I played
Poor
it.
fucking game.
Game's awesome. Thank you for coming on in, Young Tragic. You freaking rule, man. Thanks for stopping in. If you're still here, you fucking rule.
Difference in difficulty gap between amateur and semi-pro is retarded.
I play on semi-pro.
Like, amateur is too easy, and semi-pro is like not.
Like all Madden.
Yeah.
Well, all
It's
Madden.
ridiculous.
If you put all Madden on arcade mode, it's not too bad.
That's true.
Score the
Competitive is different,
goal.
I don't understand why competitive is so, like, much harder than what do you call that, arcade mode?
Well, because I guess it's
Yeah.
the game feels like it cheats, because you know what I'm talking about. Like, it feels like there's certain players that, like, they could be cut out of position and somehow get into position at the last second. That's why it feels like they're cheating. Like a safety is on the left side and somehow ran all the way across the field right side by the time the ball got there and intercepted it. Like, how does that? That's not even physically possible. How
Hey,
does
you
that
watch
happen?
who you tripping, bitch. I like it. Huh? Oh no.
Red card.
No, we're good. We're good.
Do you get a yellow card, or do you get a? Sometimes there's a free kick if
The
it's not
yellow went on my screen and then they went away. I guess that was a warning. I don't know what the hell that is. It
Well,
went away.
there's
But-
three things you can get. You can get a warning, which what happens is they stop play, and then someone gets a
Nope.
free kick.
Didn't even stop play.
They didn't give him a free kick and like put like they'll actually do it in the game now. Is they'll spray a white mark on the ground where the ball has to go, and then they'll have to kick it into play. Then there's yellow card, which you get carded, and then they get to do a free kick too. And then there's a red card where you get ejected immediately, and then they get a free kick. They didn't give him a free kick at all, or did they kept the ball? Maybe they kept the ball. That's the only time whenever you get a warning. If they kept the ball after the warning, they won't do a free kick.
Yeah, possession didn't change.
That's what
And then the yellow
happened.
card went away.
Yeah, the yellow card doesn't go away. It'll have it next to your character. Make sure when you click on your character next time, there's a yellow card next to it. That means you get another one. That's an automatic red, and you're out.
Oh yeah, 2 yellows is a red card. I
Yeah.
know that. Hey, he tripped me.
Well, then, did he hit the ball? That's the thing. You can trip people as long as you go for the ball.
Oh, he hopped over my trip. No.
Yeah, he can. You can trip people legally in soccer as long as you go for the ball.
Yeah. Too many
You
fucking
actually have to
rules.
hit the ball. So, like,
You actually have to hit. Yeah, the ball. Your foot has to hit the ball. Like, cause you'll trip if you kick the ball. Trust me, when I played, I got away with it all the time. Cause what I would do is I'd kick the ball. As long as you're kicking the ball and you trip them, you're not gonna get a foul. But if you trip them and then kick the ball, then you're gonna get yellow carded every time. When I played defense, that's what I did. I went for the ball, so then the referee didn't think that you were trying to trip people. Because honestly, I was. I'll be 100% honest. But if you make it look like you're not, you won't get in trouble. I would, because it stops momentum. Because when I played defense, that's what you had to do is you had to stop momentum. Because it's kind of like when you're playing basketball and they start scoring a lot, and you have to do a timeout to stop their rhythm. It's the same thing. Is you gotta stop the offense's rhythm. Because they keep fucking advancing, you gotta do something. And I would just like trip somebody and cause the ball to stop, and everyone have to stop it, so that way it had to start over. It worked most of the time if they're in a really good team. But that's just how I worked, because I was like, you have to stop the momentum. Right back.
Fuck me.
dude, I'm trying to get Jamar Chase off of Mr. OB, because like he's got him in both leagues. You can't want him that bad, right?
He
No, he's a different breed.
he most likely will.
Yeah. I have no idea, man.
He likes JJ and Jamar.
Yeah, JJ's insane though. Jamar's not too far behind as well, so. Dude.
Oh, it was a ref. That's not a defender.
Same
Oops.
thing for the Commanders.
I guess I'm getting out. It was like, oh, Commanders are the greatest.
True. I mean, they're literally the best team in the division. They're the only one to beat the Eagles, so.
What, did the Giants win tonight? Did the Giants win tonight?
No, God, no.
Oh man, I didn't watch any of it because I was eating.
Well, I thought you liked the Giants losing.
I don't like the Giants,
Daniel
but
Jones.
I don't like the Cowboys.
Daniel Jones is the man.
True. If only he had wide receivers.
It just sucks the Cowboys keep winning, and even though their team is not that great, I don't know how they keep winning.
Yeah, their team is pretty decent.
Yeah, their team is decent, but the thing is, they're playing, like, I guarantee you when they play the Redskins, or not, sorry, the Commanders are gonna kick their ass. Guaranteed, because they fucking manhandled the Vikings.
They did, and the Vikings are like insane.
Yeah.
Except for their defense is a little rough recently, but.
Well, so the Cowboys manhandled the Vikings too, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like the Cowboys won 40-3 against the Vikings, and they were 8-1 at one point. So
That was the part that didn't make any sense to me, man. I was like, God damn, what the fuck the Cowboys do?
yeah, no.
Oh shit.
Like I don't know. I just think that the Cowboys are. I think they're the fool's gold of this year. I kind of like how the Cardinals were last year. How they had the fool's gold, like how they won those like 8 games in a row and then just shit the
It's
bed.
the Vikings, to be honest. I think that's gonna be the Vikings.
Because yeah, that's how the Cardinals were last year. That was fool's gold. Because they were great for 8 games, then they just fell off the map. I think that's the problem. Is that we're dysfunctional and we need to get rid of either Cliff needs to go or Cliff needs to manage his offensive. Like we had to get rid of Kugler. You know why? When we were in Mexico, when they were at a party, he freaking went up to a Mexican girl and freaking just grabbed her boob in front of the owner. You know? The owner just said, "You're fired." Fucking Bid Bill was like, "Yeah, you're done." He's like, "What?"
What kind of moron do you have to be?
He was drunk and being stupid.
I don't care. Even at that point, you can't be that fucking stupid.
True.
Yeah, unless he wanted to be fired.
As somebody that's been drunk multiple times, I have never in my life done something that stupid.
Hmm.
Like
It
that's
happens.
just no. There's no excuse for that.
I know it's not. I'm not giving them an excuse. I'm just saying that
Oh, I'm not saying you are. I'm just shit like that pisses me off.
it's dumb as hell. Like Kugler just literally groped a Mexican girl without her consent at a party, and like I said, Bid Bill was there, and he's like, "Nope, you're fired." And that's why it was such hush hush. It was like it literally just happened out of nowhere. It was like, oh, but it wasn't even hush hush. It just happened so weirdly that there was no. It was like, I don't know what to do here. And that's what I'm saying. Like that's the reason why, because everyone was like, oh, what are the Cardinals hiding? It's like it just weirdly happened. People are like, oh, there's got to be more to the story. It's like, no. It was that cut and dry. It was that dumb. At least that's what they said on the radio. It's like the owner just thought that nope, we're done. This Bill Bidwell doesn't play that shit because you know what my owner used to be, man. He used to be a DA.
Really?
He's a lawyer.
That's a little. Yeah, that's kind of awkward.
Yeah, Bill Bidwell is the owner. Not owner, but he was a lawyer, and then he's actually a pilot. I don't know if you guys saw the new. I don't know if you guys have been watching the Hard Knocks. He has a pilot. He can fly his own airplane, his own.
Oh yeah, I did see you guys got the mid-season Hard Knocks or whatever.
Yeah,
That's
I did not know that. I did not know he was an actual certified pilot. I just thought he just flew it every once in a while because he's rich. But you can,
That would also make sense.
you can fly a plane as long as you have someone certified with you. There's nothing stopping just a Joe Smo from flying an airplane, but he's actually certified and everything. Especially if you have enough money, you can literally do anything, honestly.
Usually.
Especially if you own the goddamn airplane. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna say, "Hey, you can't fly your own airplane."
Enemy UAV active.
We're on the same team. I literally got killed by the same teammate like 3 times in a row. The same guy. What the fuck, dude? Do you not see I'm blue dot just like you? That guy's on the other team, I bet. I'm so fucking used to someone getting fucking hit me. That is the only bad thing about playing hardcore. Hardcore. So easier to die. Also, what the greatest part about hardcore is so easy to kill people.
That is true.
I like hardcore. I can't wait till Christmas noobs come.
Semtex incoming!
God!
Are you gonna be a Christmas noob, Devin, or no?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm going like. I think I'm just gonna stick to like Overwatch and stuff like that. It's a free game. It's fun. I don't know.
Plus, Val's be on the console here soon.
Well, Val's coming to console?
Yep.
When's that gonna happen?
They put in a position on their website. They want a lead for the console development. It's already been in the process for a while, but now they are hell bent on getting it in there before the college football game. That's for damn sure.
Well, what
They're not
dev
Val.
team? What
Fucking,
dev?
I can't remember. Riot. I'm sorry.
Does Riot have a console division?
They do now. Yes.
Well, I didn't know if they had their own.
League of Legends on console, right? Or is there League of Legends on console?
There's
think
not
so.
though. League of Legends isn't on
I feel like
console.
they probably,
Task complete. Secure the friendly UAV online.
if it was like, I feel like they just use those developers, but really the only 2 games that Riot
Right on target.
It won't be hard to port that game to console.
UAV is on
It really won't.
Not really.
I think it would be pretty difficult, but I don't know. Just 'cause
I
of,
would.
like,
UAV overhead.
the amount of. I think it's just gonna be difficult to play that game on console, but
I think it'd be
movement's like a
difficult.
big part of it, and like movement on controller is a lot different.
I think it'd be difficult in the fact that people. Because you're right, it's very slow movement. When you're moving, you can't move when you shoot. It would. I don't know. It just. Val is very particular to keypad, like the keyboard.
Oh yeah, it's
Well,
like
then make it keyboard and mouse only.
Taking the lead.
well, it's like
That'd be dumb.
it's just gonna be like CS:GO.
cares?
CS:GO's on
Enemy
Xbox.
UAV active.
Yeah, CS:GO
That was a
console
terrible
sucks.
port.
Yeah, it's kind of is exactly. I think.
Dude, yeah, it's like,
Nah.
why would you port it and it'd be horrible? Then people not want to play it and lose the that'd be lackluster on console.
Care package in the air.
I say just leave it alone. I say leave it alone. Get a damn fucking game PC or don't play it. That's what I say.
Well, hey, there's a money grab, man, and the consoles are good enough for it. You might as well.
Let PC keep fucking Val, man. I don't know why they have to fucking bring it to console.
Money.
Hostile UAV in the
Are they
air.
trying to?
Hostiles launched a cruise missile.
Are they trying to bring its presence up more?
Dude, there's a demographic out there for it.
Well, no shit. But what I'm saying is there. Are they trying to bring its profile up? So because once it hits console, its profile will go up like tenfold. It's kind of like Overwatch.
Yeah, but I don't think like games like that and like in like I don't think CS in like CS. I don't think they ever really did like console to like their status.
No, they don't need it. They want it.
Like Dota. There's
Oh.
no like Dota on Xbox or anything.
I wish Dota 2 was on Xbox, bro.
Yeah. It doesn't.
Well, it doesn't make sense. Like I said, like if they're not going to move Dota over, and Dota has a huge presence and it doesn't have consoles. Well, if they're trying.
Close to Dota. Maybe not like close, but it's like up there.
What I'm saying is the professional league, like Val. There's not really a big, huge following there for the Val professional league.
What?
I really don't. Maybe it's just me. I don't really know much about. I know Dota has a huge.
It was the #1 watched fucking competitive game in last year.
Was Val?
Their world championship pulled in
Did
a
more,
million
yeah.
concurrent viewers.
I guess I'm dumb. I thought it
More
was,
on Turks.
I thought it was on Dota. I thought Dota was the one that's still pulling in all
Dota's
that.
still one of the biggest, and then so is like CS:GO got
League
beat
of
up by
Legends.
Valorant last year. It's like League. Those are the big three at the moment.
Heck, I could have
there aren't-
swore. I could have swore it was Dota was the #1 still, and I did
Yeah,
not know Val.
Dota's usually #1. I don't know if they are like they were last year.
I don't know if they were last year. I'm pretty sure it was Val.
Because
Dude, that shit was insane. Insane.
was they're trying to bring the profile of Dota bigger in the United States, because over in Europe, Dota's like fucking the game you play.
Well, that's just like CS, Valorant, and Overwatch. NA teams suck.
I don't know. Valorant's just been doing well.
I mean, Val's different. We had a couple of decent runs there, and then the Val league's got quite a few USA teams. So Valorant might be the game for us, but League of Legends, other than 100 Thieves, and most of their players were foreign. It was just American owned.
Valorant League.
I believe Optic didn't get in.
They did
Valorant
not.
Esports. Let's see what this looks like. Valorant Challenge. I should go on the actual website.
Well, they just cut down on a lot of teams because of franchising.
Well, that's
But
what
last season, yeah, there was like a ton of teams last year.
I heard Val was trying to do like COD. They were trying to make an actual league. Or no, I'm sorry, not like
Yeah.
COD. They were trying to be like Overwatch, because Overwatch makes a shit ton of money now since they made that league.
Yeah.
That's what they really want. They want to make money. Then you can pay your players. Because you really can't pay your players if there's no money coming. It's kind of how it works. You gotta have revenue to pay your players.
Dude. But I think the last tournaments were $1 million tournaments for Valorant. Yeah, actually, or well, I guess Game Changers Championship was the most viewed female tournament of all time. That just happened. The Game Changers one that just happened.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, oh shit. There's Cloud9, Rebellion. I'm sorry. Shoplifting Rebellion. Team Liquid. Not Team Liquid.
Yeah, is that the female Game Changers or whatever?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Cloud9. I know
Cloud9
Cloud9.
White kind of through. Yeah, Cloud9 White kind of through.
Yeah, I know Cloud9 and I know Team Liquid. I don't know Spotify or Rebellion or Shopify.
Yeah, no, they kind of fell off, but well, it seems like NRG, teams like T1, Navi just got a team.
Yeah.
FaZe lost their spot.
There's too many leagues going on. Well, that's probably why Riot's gotta they gotta reshuffle. There's way too many fucking leagues.
Yeah, no, there were like 12 teams that were always like top contenders in NA, and that they could only bring 2 to every single LAN, so they had to like drop it down to make sure that like
Yeah, they gotta it looks like, because I'm looking at all these teams and all these leagues they got, they're gonna have to, if they want to start competing with Overwatch And COD, they're gonna have to, or even Dota, they're gonna have to, because that's what Dota had to do. Remember a couple of like about 10 years ago, because it was so fucking everybody was trying to get into it, and then they had to like consolidate so it could, because they actually can make money. That was the problem, is they couldn't make money. There's so many fucking NRG, FaZe Clan, oh Optic has a Val team.
They did. They just lost it. Even though they had the best team last year, they won like 2 tournaments, 2 world tournaments or whatever.
Lumosity has a freaking Val team. Oh
They
shit.
do. So does LA Thieves, I guess, which is 100 Thieves, and so
Yeah,
does
100
like
Thieves.
FaZe, and so does NRG, and so does T1.
NRG.
And yeah.
They're in the top league. That's the thing. That's what I'm reading right now. Because it's kind of like right now they have it kind of set up like soccer, where you have the championship league, and then you have, or no, you have the game changer. Then you have the challengers league, the game challengers.
The Game Changers is just female. It's
That's
the
female?
all-female league or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like it's set up like, what you call it. Like, if you have to go from one league to the next, like you have to have your team like get promoted. The best team from the shittier league gets promoted, kind of like it's almost
Yeah.
that makes sense. And the big league has Optic, has 100 Thieves, has NRG, has Lumosity, the Guard, NRG. Oh shit, Cloud9, Sentinels. These are the big names, man. Shit, oh, this is big. I didn't know that. I'm super. Well, punch me in the dick, dude. They went hard. They have a big. I guess they do have a big following. But Dota still was number 1. They were number 2 though. I said Val because it gave me a list. It said that Val was. That's pretty good. Did not beat Dota.
Yeah, Dota's kind of like, they have a huge following base all the time.
But 2, still pretty fucking good, man. I can't take a stick at that. But it looks like there's too many leagues. They're gonna have to.
Yeah, they've been working on that, but that's why like Optic just lost a spot. Like they don't even have a franchise spot anymore.
Yeah, there's
They lost
like.
it to, like places like NRG and stuff like that.
There's championship, last chance qual. Like there's all these different fucking leagues. Like there's like 20 different leagues.
Yeah.
It's nuts. I bet everyone's trying to scramble. 'Cause that's the thing. It's kind of like with COD. They were gonna do an amateur. That never panned out. I think they should. I think there should be an amateur league, and then there should be a professional league, and then the
That's
amateur
kind of what
league.
they're doing right now.
And the amateur league should be where the pro league pulls its players from. They gotta have somewhere to pull their players from. They just can't pull them out of their ass.
Yeah. Because at the moment they just been finding like players that are really good and ranked, and then just throw them on a team or whatever, and then they create their own teams, and then they just join an open qualifier, and try to like look good there, and then get picked up by a big org. It's just weird.
Yeah, because the thing is, it'd be a lot smarter. Because the thing is, if you already have a team, like be like minor leagues, like let's say Optic, they buy a lower end, like a rookie team, like call it a rookie team or whatever. And what they do is they fill it full of no names who are really good, but they don't know how to play as a team yet. So you gotta learn, make them what they actually got to do, and teach them how to actually play the actual tournaments. Because playing the game on with your buddies isn't the same as playing as a tournament. That's the curve, because there's a lot of good talent out there, but if you don't know how to play as a team, Walter can attest, because he actually did that. You don't know how to play as a team, you're pretty much, you get fucked. Like what happened with Walter tried to build that team, they were all a bunch of egos and assholes, and they didn't do what they were supposed to, and they just sucked. That's the reason why it fell apart. Still there? You still there, Walter?
Yeah, I'm here.
You know what I'm talking about, like, 'cause you had that team fall apart on you, and it was all because of ego.
Yep. Unfortunate.
They had the talent.
But
That's,
doing anything with Call of Duty right now is not worth.
well, no. What I'm saying is, I'm just saying it as a general role in running a team. Like, just running a team in general. You can't just pull a kid from playing ranked play and think that he's gonna just know how to play tournament. There's a whole different fucking set of rules, a whole different set of things you gotta do. You gotta get along with people. Like, I was just giving you as an example as how you got fucked because you had a bunch of good talent. They just didn't know how to play tournaments.
My biggest problem, I know you're speaking on competitive right now, is there is zero, and I mean in Modern Warfare 2 right now, there is zero competitive support. There's no league, there's no nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
They have a $300 million Call of Duty World League, and they just added CDL rules in private matches. They have a tournament right around the corner, and they've been practicing on bullshit.
Well, that's another thing, is that this is why they need to make a game. It's the reason why games like Overwatch, games like Dota, games like
Overwatch 2
CS:GO.
launched as a free-to-play game with competitive already in the game, with competitive mindset built.
Well, that's the thing.
Call of Duty ain't done that in 10 years.
Well,
And
this
it's
the
one of
last
best systems
time-
ever, which is play 50 unrated games, and then you play ranked, which is
well, and that's the
wonderful.
thing. And that's the thing is that I was trying to like explain is that those games I referred to, they had a long time. Call of Duty is just a money grab. It doesn't make sense. Like you would make one game that would be able to appease the amateur, the pros. Thing is, you can't just throw a game out there with no support for either one and then expect it to work. And the thing is, it works because Call of Duty is such a big name that they're just a money grab. That's why I'm so glad Microsoft's gonna take it over. Hopefully, if the fucking government doesn't its way. Because did you hear about that though, Walter? That government's gonna look into their purchase of, thanks to Sony. Sony fucking told the government, hey, we feel this is a monopoly because they're gonna fuck us. So they're gonna look into it and see if they can even allow the purchase to happen now.
My God.
It's all because of Sony. Because Sony is mad that they're no longer going to be able to get exclusive rights to Call of Duty, and then Microsoft, being a jackass, which I really wish they weren't, said, "Oh, well, in 3 years, we'll renew it. We'll possibly renew it." And that's they had to throw the possibly.
Offered Sony a 10-year offer for Call of Duty for the next 10 years, and Sony turned it down. I hope this PS5 fucking
No,
bombs.
Sony is so cringe, bro. There's nothing redeeming about
Like,
that company.
congratulations, you had God of War launch and everybody loved it. Great. Single player games. You want to play a good single player game? Go buy a PlayStation. Oh, wait. Good luck finding one. Still. There's an
You can
Xbox
get
Series
Xboxes,
X
Yeah.
at both of my fucking Walmarts down here. Fuck out of here. Fuck Sony.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
fuck Call of Duty.
Because Sony is trying to stop them from buying Activision Blizzard.
Fuck it. It ain't gonna make Call of Duty ain't gonna be around in 10 years, dude.
Well, not if they fix it.
Call of Duty multiplayer is dead, and it's dying. All they want to push down your throat is fucking Warzone. Warzone saved the Call of Duty franchise, and now it's killing it. It's fact.
I love multiplayer more, honestly. I was playing that new D with Rocket on it. It's actually pretty cool.
I beat the campaign, and now I'm just like, I don't even want to play the game until I get League Play. Because I don't have fun in multiplayer. I don't like the grind system, which it's not, it caters to certain people. They want you to use all these weapons. There should be ways around that. League Play and private matches would be a start, but how come we don't have a fucking League Play yet? And they said, oh yeah, it's coming in 2023. Bitch, when? The last Call of Duty game to launch with a fucking League Play day one? Black Ops 2. You know how fucking sad that is? The same company, the same fucking, in the same developmental tree, you can go get notes from Overwatch. Blizzard, Activision, like, for fuck's sakes, holy shit. And the changes that Overwatch made were just to the visuals. They reworked a lot of characters, and they fucking improved the game with the 5v5. They didn't fuck with the rank systems or nothing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You mean to tell me the Black Ops 2 League play system wouldn't still kick ass right now? Did you ever play Black Ops 2 League?
No.
It was fantastic. You
I
got
didn't really-
ladders.
I didn't really get
You had
into.
groupings. It was essentially what Overwatch is.
I
It was
really
great.
I didn't get into multiplayer until Ghost, honestly, because my internet wasn't that great at the time, and I really just played it for story.
You got points for wins and losses, and you got points for performance, and then it puts you in different pools. It's not difficult, for fuck's sakes.
Like, I miss Clan Wars, dude. Clan Wars is when I was at my height and loved.
You wonder why GAs are so bad, and everybody's like, "Oh wow, well they're GAing another weapon," because they have no dev support. Zero. If the dev supported the game and listened to the people that actually are the reason why the game is so popular, which is the competitive community, you wouldn't have 40 fucking GAs a year. Good lord. I don't like the bitch, but god damn it. It's so simple.
Deathmatch.
And they don't care. That's why I'm hoping another game shooter comes on console. A Valorant or anything. Hell, if Battlefield could get out of their own way, give me another shooter.
We've lost
Battlefield
the
1 was
lead.
the best game I've played in a real long time, no cap.
The build system? Fuck yeah, that was so cool. It was different. And every game played different.
I'm with you.
It's just, it's not difficult, man. It's rinse and repeat every year with Activision and Duty. That's great. You use the same engine. You mean to tell me you can't program a fucking league play to launch the game when you have a 3 developmental cycle? You're gonna make us play this hunk of shit for 2 years? And then give Treyarch the wings? And then let the game that's gonna save the franchise, which is Advanced Warfare 2? Because if that bombs the game, the series is dead. Like, I just... The campaign was amazing in Modern Warfare 2. That was a great campaign.
It was. I liked it.
I got heavily invested into that campaign quick.
Me too, man. I played it all the way through. It's the first one I actually played, but I got a week early, so I was like, I wanted to play it. It was really good.
But the problem that I'm having, other than the level up system and the lacking of developmental support, are the horrible maps. The best map in the game is Shoot House. That's a remake. That's the best map. That is the most fun map on that game. If I had a playlist, Shoot House 24/7, it was all I would play. I don't care what game mode it is.
Hostile
Because
Charlie
every other
Bravo
map is
ahead.
just not good.
Enemy UAV active.
They're too hidey, too campy. There's no 3 traditional lanes. There's buildings and all this bullshit that people hide in. You got 40 different corners you got to catty-walk around and peek. If I had a gun that I would like to use, that's different. Then there's a point to learn the map. But Call of Duty at its roots is simple. 3 lanes. You got one dominant sub, you got one dominant AR, snipers are decent, and shotguns sucked.
Call of Duty
Those
shotguns
are when
always
the-
suck, basically, though. There's not that many
The
games
Call
with
of Duty
shotguns,
games that were good were that. You could go throughout the last 10 years and name 2 guns that everybody used from every Call of Duty. The moment they tried to change that around, and when they changed the pick 10 and pick 13 systems and the perks and everything, that was just, it was keep it simple stupid. Call of Duty didn't need a gunsmith. Call of Duty didn't need all this dumb shit.
So,
It didn't. Why does my M4 need to look different than the next guy's M4? Like, it's so dumb. I just don't understand. And people keep buying it. So they're just like, fuck it. Modern Warfare 2 is the #1 selling Call. So why do you think they're making a $69 DLC this time next year? People gonna buy it?
yeah, they always do.
And And then they add a hardcore mode in and they name it Tier 1. I wish they'd have put that energy into getting the fucking league play out. Who the hell plays hardcore that dedicatedly that you had to rush that out?
It's pretty silly.
And no disrespect to the hardcore community. I'm just saying. Is that more important than a league play? No.
Definitely not.
No.
Definitely not.
I like hardcore. I play a lot of hardcore, and I'm sure I'm playing hardcore right now.
Like I said, but no disrespect to the hardcore community.
It's just
Was Warzone 2 important?
Yeah. That's where they make the money. That's the thing. It's all about money. At the end of the day, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make money. They don't give two shits about anything other than that. As long as they're making the money.
I don't even want to play the game right now until they
God damn it, dude.
put a fucking league play in, man.
what we got Overwatch for.
Shoot, I need to reinstall Overwatch. I had to delete it
Silly.
for fucking Call of Duty.
It's unfortunate.
It
Eat a
is.
dick, dude. Eat a dick. Eat a dick. Eat a dick.
Especially since I really enjoy Overwatch 2. The changes that they made were simple. The new game mode is so fun, where it's like war from the Call of Duty. Where you have teams that control a robot, and then you gotta push it to their goal. I love that game mode. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I don't know. And like the change, they made a pretty big change by getting rid of 2-tank as well, but it seems to be working out just fine.
It plays so much better. So much better.
True, it's a lot less hectic as well.
Their sniper
like,
saw me
you
before I saw them.
don't worry about.
Well, you never played Overwatch 1, did you? With the 2-tank
Not
system?
really.
Oh, sheesh. Let me tell you. If you had two good tanks, it didn't matter what the other team had. Especially when Reinhardt was peak. Oh yeah. You weren't doing nothing against a good Reinhardt.
Yeah, go, Brian.
And now I can't play tank because I always lock in tank and medic or healer, and I always get healer.
I'm a support man usually, so that's
Oh yeah, I be dropping mad support, bruh.
it's always fun.
Yeah, because when I don't play, then I don't get healed, then I get mad.
Yep.
Hostile cruise missile incoming.
Gigabytes. I got 90. Oh, I can download it.
Hostile cluster mine active. Hostile UAV in the area.
It's a good game.
I'll probably run that tomorrow.
Hostile VTOL incoming.
I won't be on tomorrow.
Where you go?
Gonna go see the Suns beat the Pistons.
Enemy UAV active.
Is that wishful thinking, or they're gonna really beat them?
It's the Suns. I don't know. What are you fucking talking about?
I haven't followed NBA this year, bud.
Suns are ridiculously good. We're one of the top teams in the NBA. I don't know what the fuck.
So is this like
Pistons are crap.
bias or is he actually?
But actually,
I don't watch it either.
we beat the Golden State Warriors twice already. Fuck them.
Like, other than the Wizards and a couple highlights here and there, I have not watched. College basketball, on the other hand,
Did see
watching
that
a lot
start.
of that. I didn't even know my Gators fired, or didn't even fire Coach White. He quit and went and coached Georgia. I was cussing him out the other day, and then they showed our coach on the sidelines. He was like, "Wait a minute, that's not Mike White. What the hell? What happened?" It was like a low key quit. He just dipped out. I was like, I'm gonna go coach Georgia.
Hostile
Like, nah.
UAV in the area.
People in
Michigan's this one.
Gainesville wouldn't have peed on him if he was on fire beforehand. And he goes and does that.
He said, "Fuck your team." Oh shit! I got sniped from the other side. Awesome. There's snipers everywhere on this map. Well, that's why I became a sniper.
Enemy UAV active.
Oh my god. Cool. Where's the sniper at? Where's the sniper at?
UAV is on station. Friendly UAV on station. Hostile cruise missile launched. Hostiles launched a cruise missile. Enemy UAV overhead. We're getting hit hard.
The hell did I get sniped? There was no one around me. We lost bad in that one. Jeez.
Mission failed. Return to base.
Or he possibly could have shot you in the foot from across the map.
Eh. I did it to them, so fuck them. I had fun. Oh, Desert Eagle killed everybody. Yeah, go with the Desert Eagle, that's cool. I honestly don't give two shits. Honestly, I'm just having fun. Playing and
Hey,
getting my guns
That's
ready.
all that matters.
I just like to get my guns up, and if I can't, I can't. No big deal. I don't take it seriously because I don't know I'm ever gonna make it to the pros. I don't really want to. I don't really give a shit about if I'm playing ranked play, if I'm playing whatever. I like multiplayer. And I'm gonna play multiplayer.
I just like a competitive aspect. That's all.
Well, that's the thing.
I'm gonna be good at it.
Competitive is competitive, man. I don't really get into competitive unless I used to love Clan Wars because Clan Wars was competitive without being competitive. That's anyone that actually just tried was good at it.
Yeah, sure.
That's how I felt. Like it was just one of the game. That was the reason why it just made play multiplayer more. Like, yeah, I won't be on tomorrow, and Saturday I might be on. No, for sure, but I'm sure tomorrow I won't be. The game's gonna be over about 10, 11 o'clock, and then I'll do it after that. But I might get on if you guys are still on. Game a little bit, but that's about it. Still on.
I
Maybe.
have no idea.
I'll check when I get home from. But yeah, we're not gonna leave the game. We're gonna do the whole time because Jenny doesn't like missing her Pistons. They only come here once a year.
I'll definitely be on Saturday though.
Saturday, I don't think I'm doing anything. Next Saturday, I'm going to go to Chinook Farms and go to their. I always go for their pumpkin patch thing. This year, I'm going to their actual. They have a Christmas. You get to meet Santa and it's like work elves and all that cool shit. I'm going to that. And you can drive the train and stuff, or ride the train. They have this cool train. So, yeah.
That's pretty lit.
It's fun. Legitimately, like, I've been there like 4 or 5 times for the Halloween one. I've never been there for the Christmas one. Because they had pumpkin chili. That's why I really went, because they have like great pumpkin chili. It's like weird. It tastes like pumpkin pie but with chili.
Oh yeah, I like the sound of that.
It's fucking good.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Like the best chili you've ever had, but it has pumpkin pieces in it.
Oh my god.
They use pumpkin pieces instead of beans.
I mean, I enjoy a good bean, but I mean,
Pumpkin's pretty good. If it's essentially squash.
yeah.
It's just a little. It's not as vegetable-y, I guess. I didn't really have to put it.
Makes sense.
Hostile cluster mine detected. Our UAV is orbiting the area.
But I do like the new DMZ game that they came out with. It kind of reminds me of what's that game where they took over New York because of a virus? Is that
The Division?
Division? Yeah, it's like Division. Because what you do is you go to the DMZ, and what you're doing is you're trying to do missions, and then if you die, you lose all your stuff. But if you don't die, you can call in like a helivac where it'll take you out of the game, and then it'll drop you back in with your stuff that you all. So it's kind of weird. Like you do a bunch of missions, and then you use that stuff you got there to use the next mission, and you get a bunch of extra stuff that makes your player better as well. It's weird. Like I was playing it with Rock the other night, and he's like, yeah, you drop in, you do a mission, and then you go to the helimac, and you call and then the only thing is when you call it in, the computer comes and tries to kill you. And then there's also humans that are playing at the same time doing missions, and they can kill you. So it's almost like the what's called the dark zone of that game, where you had to kill PC people, but there's also actual real people there that can kill you too and take your shit. And essentially, you can scavenge.
Seems like a good idea.
You can scavenge stuff. Like what it is they have like you can pick up comic books. You can pick up intel that gives you blueprints for multiplayer. Like, and then you can pick up guns that you can't get in multiplayer, and you get them automatically if you take them out of DMZ. So I unlocked like 3 or 4 guns that I don't have from DMZ. And he was showing me how you can unlock guns that you don't have from DMZ, so you can bring them into multiplayer. But you have to actually be helivac to keep them. That's freaking nuts. So I got that gun you're looking for, Walter. I got that gun last night. I don't have to do any of the stuff works. I got it at DMZ.
Oh, the AK-7 for you?
Yep, I got that. I found it in a bag. But now I have it on the multiplayer.
Should be nice.
I was like, he's like, yeah, you can bring stuff over to multiplayer, and it's fun as hell, dude. Like, and then the only thing is you get chased. Like, there's cars and stuff in it. We were getting chased by this one dude, and we fucking shot him in the face. It was fucking awesome. Like, it was. And then you can jump off buildings, and you have a parachute. So it's the mode itself. It's in its beta form. They're trying something new out. So it's not Warzone, but it's cool where you can like. Yeah, but it helps out and it levels you up too at the same time. It's pretty cool. Like, if the Rock ever on, we should. You have 3-man teams, and so you go in DMZ and get all your shit. You can get the how I got the I didn't find that one in the bag. I killed a bad guy and took his gun. And he had that. He was using that gun. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice. It's pretty fun. I think once you just like got disconnected or something, it's gone.
Yeah, I control where you can get it, and then we can helivac you out, man. Get a helivac. If you don't helivac, you lose everything you didn't. It's weird. Then you gotta wait for the helivac to get there, and then you get like bum rushed by like 10 hour. Went out? Oh damn, Walter left.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. Like,
he just texted me. He said his power went out.
Silly.
They must be having a storm there.
Maybe. It's like 1 a.m. too. Jesus. Okay.
Well,
That game actually does sound fun though.
the DMZ part, yeah, it's like a part of the game. It's a beta. It's a new thing that they were trying out for.
That's pretty
But yeah,
Good idea.
so it's cool. Like, 'cause they're trying a bunch of new shit out. Because I think, like I said, they don't. It's kind of why they got rid of Clan Wars. Is people were complaining that it would make multiplayer, because during on the weekends is that's when they have Clan Wars. It would make it almost impossible for someone to have a casual, because they were getting lit up by teams. Casual people were always complaining.
Yeah.
We've lost the lead.
So yeah, that's why they got rid of Clan Wars. The Clan Wars also had to have an app,
The lead is ours.
and then they don't want to have to run the app because they had Beachhead run it. Remember? I don't know if you ever played it, but yeah, Beachhead ran the app.
The details, I never really played or anything.
Yeah, it
Just really
sucks.
makes
It sucked,
fun
man.
or anything.
Because it was so awesome. Like, it made Call of Duty so much fun to play. Because every weekend they'd have like a match where you'd play another clan, and if you won your clan war, you got a bunch of gear and
Yeah.
that you can only get from Clan Wars. And then you go up divisions and stuff. How good you did in Clan War, and if you got in Diamond Division, you were
We've got him on the run.
really good.
Keep it up. Friendly UAV online.
Like, it was legitimately fun as hell, dude. Like, that's how we met Skinny, dude. That's the funny thing. I wouldn't even know you if it wasn't for Clan Wars.
Indeed. It's kind of wild.
And Clan Wars is what made us meet Skinny, which then met you. So it's like,
Mission complete.
without
Solid
Clan
work.
Wars, yeah, because it made you meet people. Because the thing is, me and Ice Dragon were hanging out together, and we were calling out. And Skinny's like, "Hey, you guys calling out?" We're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Shit. Most people don't call out." I was like, "Oh, we're getting better at calling out because then we can win our Clan Wars." And then he's like, "Oh, I'm in a clan, but we suck." We're like, "Oh, well, we're recruiting always." And he's like, "Oh, I love to join an actual clan that actually takes it seriously." You know. Fine. And that was history, man. That's how we met Skinny. And we were just doing callouts in game chat, and he overheard us, and Ice Dragon were on the same team because he was Walter was captain of a team, I was a captain of a team, and someone else was a captain. Or I think it was Dolphin was a captain of a team. And what we do is because you had to play in groups, and what it was is there's nodes you have to do. Like, you'd have to win so many games in deathmatch, and to hold this node, so you had to win like 5 in a row, and you hold the node, and then another team could take that node if they won 10 in a row, and then you would take it back if you won 15 in a row. Like, it would have fighting this up to get wins. And so what we did is we split it up. My team, because Walter hated hardcore, my team was a hardcore team. So me, Ice Dragon, and a bunch of other guys, we just did hardcore, and that's where we met. Like, learning call outs to get better. But that's what made Call of Duty so much more fun to play. You're like, you had to work as a team.
It's definitely better than just
Team deathmatch.
close. Yeah.
Well, and it only happened on the weekends, because what it was is you had Saturday and Sunday to collect as many nodes as you could,
We've taken
and
the
then on
lead.
Monday they would tabulate it, and whoever had the most nodes won. And that app kept track of it. It told you it would have like an alert saying, "Hey, this person just took a node," and then we would get on and take the node back.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, and that's what we'd do. We'd sit there on the. I'd be on the app. Walter had the app, and so that's what the captain had to do, is have the app. And then what we do is we text, like, "Hey, get on," or "Hey, we just go on by ourselves," because you could do it as long as there's one person from the clan got wins. That's all you needed. Just had one person collecting them. Eventually, they started making it where you had to have at least 2 or 3 clan members on your so it wasn't just like one person
makes sense.
doing it.
You just know life and win every time.
Yeah, so and it made it more fun. It made you want to go in and it made you want to win, because once you got a win, you got that node. And then at one point they had changed it for one clan wars where you could run up the node, and that's what we would do. We'd run up the node because how many wins you had on that node, they had to get more than that win. So what we do is we just sit on the game mode and just run it up to like an impossible number, so then they couldn't touch it.
Covering your 6. Swapping magazine.
But then they got rid of that because people were just like sitting there running it up to like 10 or 20 wins, where it's like impossible to get within a weekend.
Friendly UAV on station.
And people were getting pissed because they wanted at least a chance. But yeah, it was very simple and very rudimentary. It wasn't like a crazy thing they couldn't do now. It wasn't, but the thing is, it had to have an app. Had to have a dev team for that app. The app had to be maintained, and that was too much for Call of Duty to do.
They are not very good about those things.
Well, and that's why they hired, and then because at first they had their website run the app, and the website kept crashing, so then they hired the Beachhead development studio, and they created an amazing app. It was very rudimentary, very easy to manage, very easy to see all your people on your team. It was a very simple but effective app. Like, it was an amazing app. They could legitimately bring back
Enemy UAV
and
overhead.
implement, which I'm shocked they haven't. I think, like I said, the main reason why they haven't is all the casual people would always get mad on the weekends if there was clan wars. Like, oh, I can't just hop on and enjoy myself. You got these clan war people out here trying to get wins and doing everything they can to win. I was like, well, that's how this game is. You want to win.
True. Yeah, they just want to make it more casual, but they should just have casual game modes at that point. But
Or not play that weekend. That's what I'd say. Like, cause they always have people like, oh, and then because they would tell you what weekends were clan wars.
Advantage. Take it home. Enemy UAV
Like, if it
active.
was clan war weekend, then just don't play, or just be okay with losing. If you're not on a clan war team, because that's what they'd always say, because they'd always be like, a full clan would be running with each other. Because it's easier to get a win if you had everybody on your team was on your clan doing what they were doing.
makes sense to me.
But yeah, that's why I think it got taken away. It's because people were complaining all the time, like, oh, on the weekends, man, it's important. I work all week, and the only time I get to play Call of Duty is on the weekends, and it sucks.
Friendly cluster mine deployed.
I was like,
It's just
well,
silly.
who cares? Like, you know. But yeah, it is what it is. I think that's why I got canceled.
Probably.
But it,
Call of Duty's always like gone towards a more casual crowd, though. I don't know why.
well, ever since Fortnite, Call of Duty has been ruined ever since it. No offense to Call of Duty. Without it would have brought Clan Wars back, they would never have had to make.
True.
Because
And,
Warzone didn't need to be made.
Yeah.
Call of Duty never needed to have a BR.
Yeah, no, it wasn't necessary. I mean, I liked Blackout. That was even better than Warzone, in my opinion. But
Well, Blackout was its predecessor, which, like I said, it never needed the BR. It should have just stuck with what it was. But the thing is, BRs make so much money. Just look at Fortnite. Fortnite makes so much money on the
Enemies deployed
skins
a counter UAV.
and the trademarks that they get. I'm not gonna lie, I buy a lot of skins because I like a lot of their skins are cool as hell. I'll usually once a month I'll drop like $20 just on cool skins.
Friendly UAV online.
So yeah. And I like it because the thing is they make them rare on purpose, so then you want them. Because if you don't get them now, you're not going to get them for another 6 or 7 months, if not ever. They have ultra rare skins that they're never going to drop again, and they have rare skins that they drop every quarter.
Yeah, it's like, skins can be nice though.
Yeah. Like that's where they make their
At least
money.
they make it like somewhat like rare, so that way when you buy it there, you like there is another chance to just like buy it later.
Yeah. Or they make the ones you can't buy, you actually have to earn. You have those skins. Like that's what makes them the money. But like I said, they saw a money grab, and Call of Duty already makes a shit ton of money.
True.
They're the most. Call of Duty makes billions of dollars. They're the most. The only other game that makes more than Call of Duty is Madden. And then the third one is FIFA, because that one makes a shit ton of money. FIFA, and people don't understand, FIFA is number 3 because of other countries. FIFA is like god tier to them.
Friendly care package on the way.
They live, breathe, and eat, sleep soccer over Europe, and then that game beats out Madden even sometimes.
A lot of soccer's bigger than like the US at least, or like in other countries.
Holy God.
Friendly stealth bomber on the way.
Because the reason why soccer is so popular over there, because when I lived there and even before I did, it's simple to play. Everybody can play it, and it's a fun game to play recreational and also professional. So you can have casual people play soccer, and it's just so easy to play and so easy to understand.
It makes sense to me.
Target sighted.
You don't need to have like equipment. All you need is like shin guards,
Enemy UAV active.
and
We're getting
you don't need those really. You can just put cardboard in your sock.
Grenade out.
Remember that when I was a kid, I just put cardboard in my sock. So when someone kicked me in the shin, it
Mission
didn't hurt.
failed. Return to base.
I mean, I suppose that's a strat.
Well, you just get long socks and put cardboard in. That shit's all it is.
I suppose.
People kick you in the shin, it hurts like a motherfucker.
I definitely believe that. For sure.
I had a friend that fucking, because he got kicked in the shin, he fucking put a metal plate in his sock. I was like, yeah, that just fucked up. Someone's gonna break a toe, dude.
Yeah, literally. I mean, it can't feel good on your shin either, to be honest.
He tried telling me to do something that hurt, and it slows you down because you got a fucking metal plate or aluminum. You get like an aluminum plate that would strip around, but it would like ting, and he would. It just didn't. It just wasn't. It was weird. So I was like, no, I can't do that. Just put that on cardboard. But at least soften the blow on my shin. Yeah, that's essentially all you really needed. And like I said, it's so simple to play, so easy to play. You don't need any special equipment. You don't anything. Flag football is cool, but play soccer. And soccer, people just love it there. Like it's
Yeah, I don't get it. They just, yeah, it's like the most watched thing, actually.
It can be boring. I'll be honest with you. It was boring when I played it sometimes. Like, cause the thing is, it's like, especially if you had a team that like kicked the ball back and forth and you couldn't get to them, it sucked ass. They pretty much play keep away with you. That was horrible. That's why I would tackle people. I'm like, if you're gonna do keep away, I'm gonna put the ball and I'm gonna tackle your ass. So we either get the ball back or we knock away your momentum. The reason why tackling.
Pretty silly.
like I said, it's very boring. Like honestly, I think that's the reason why I never got picked up here in the United States, because unless you're having an attacking team, not fun to watch.
Yeah, like usually the US prefers like faster pace sports.
Well, that's the thing. If you have an attacking team like the Brazils, like Brazil's fun to watch because they're an attacking, attack first, want to score as many goals as possible team, but then their defense is shit because they're out of position. Because they're pushed up so up in the near the midline. Because usually back when I play, I don't know, they still do it. The defenseman couldn't go past the midline.
The lead is ours.
But now I guess you can. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know soccer at the time.
The enemy has the lead.
That's why whenever I play hockey, I try not to go past the blue line when I'm defense, because I'm used to when I played soccer, you don't go past midline. That's what my coach would always tell me. If you're playing defense, you don't go past mid. Or you're out of position.
Yeah. You gotta try to catch up.
Because once you're the last line of defense, you put a goalie. And you don't want to leave the goalie alone. Not saying a goalie's not good, it's just you can't expect a goalie to take on 2 people or 3 people, or but usually it's not 1v1. Sometimes you get a guy that'll like is really good and is really fast and will just go by you.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah,
People
so
are, like, I don't get how people can run so fast with like with the ball.
oh, it's
That is wild next to me. Sometimes
really
I'm
good
just-
dribbler.
Yeah,
Good dribble.
yeah. That is not for me.
Like me, when I have cleats, I run a lot faster. Cleats, I get like Jaguar, not cleats.
I'm so much slower with cleats on actually.
I can like, I can get it's insane.
Hostile UAV in the
Remember when I
area.
was in the before without cleats, and I would just wear my sneakers. That's why my one time because you run with just sneakers. Lowest person on the. Then I put on my damn freaking cleats. I was like running laps around everybody. I was like, what the fuck? Alright, man. You have a good night, man. Thanks for coming by, and hopefully we see you tomorrow, man.
We'll see.
Play some Overwatch tomorrow.
Good luck at your basketball game or whatever. Hopefully the Pistons win. Just kidding. Hopefully the Suns win.
Yeah, this is the Pistons ones they win. My wife will stop talking about it if they do.
Yeah. Alright, well you got it.
Alright, man. You have a good night. And with that being said, I am done for the night.